Something is shifting right now between you and the person your heart calls home, and deep down, some part of you already feels it. Maybe that's why you clicked on this today. Not by accident. Something in you knew this message was waiting for you. Before we go any further, I want you to comment the word, "I feel it," below right now, so I know you're here and you're open to receiving this. It helps the message reach you fully, and it lets me know you're really present for what's coming. Dear one, today I have news that is going to make you smile, truly smile, in a way you haven't in a long time. What I'm about to share with you has the power to change your days, your heart, your choices, maybe even your whole life. Your soulmate is about to do something nobody expected, not even you. And this has everything to do with you. The news that's coming has the power to completely change the direction of your story together. The time has come to make room for a new chapter, one that for so long felt too far away to be real. You will remember this day for a long time, because what's about to happen will change the way you see your entire journey with this person. There is an unexpected move about to unfold, something that has been quietly thought through by someone who has held you in their heart for far longer than you know. This person is getting ready to place something precious in your hands, something guarded like a treasure. And this plan is all about you, about a new beginning, and about a love that is tired of waiting in the world of maybes. What I'm sharing now is not just good news. It's the confirmation your heart has needed to start believing again. It's as if, after all this time, life finally looked you in the eyes and said, "Now it's your turn to be happy," because what's coming your way has the power to heal old doubts, dissolve old fears, and make room for something more mature, more peaceful, and far more real than anything you felt before. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. It's Angel's Message for You. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. A very special thank you to Crystal and Debbie for sowing your seed for Soulmate here through Ko-Fi link. Super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you always. Thank you for your beautiful support. Blessings always. What was once stuck in insecurity is now being moved by solid choices. And you are going to feel it so clearly, so deeply, that your whole body will respond with joy. Your soulmate is about to make one of the most beautiful decisions of their life, and that decision includes you. Not as someone who just happens to be there, but as someone essential to a love that has been delayed out of fear of making the wrong move. Everything is shifting now, and you will see it not just in words but especially in the actions that will soon reach you. Actions that might leave you speechless at first, because you never imagined this person would find the courage to go this far, to live this love this openly. There is something that has been kept hidden. An idea, a plan, a wish this person has held on to for a long time, waiting for the right moment to share it with you. That moment is now. You'll be so happy when you find out what's coming, because this plan being placed in your hands doesn't leave room for halfway feelings. It includes shared dreams, a decision to walk side by side, and a sincere wish to build something solid. It's not an empty promise. It's real action, built by someone who has grown and finally understands that waiting any longer is no longer an option when the heart feels this certain. This person is finding the courage not just to speak, but to act. And you will be the first to feel the impact of that. You'll see it in their eyes, in their words, in the way they carry themselves. Something deep has changed, and that change has a name. Love with intention, love with purpose, love by choice. Even if you felt alone in this connection at times, you're about to realize you never truly were. Because while you wondered if it still made sense to wait, on the other side, someone was quietly building the bridge that is now about to be crossed. And on the other side of that bridge, you won't find hesitation. You'll find presence. You'll find someone who knows what they want and is no longer afraid to say they need you for this new season of life. Dear one, this is more than good news. It's a turning point. It's as if life is handing you a key, and that key opens the door to a new time where love no longer hides, no longer runs, no longer freezes. Love shows up. Love offers itself. Love commits. And all of that is about to reach you. Take a deep breath and let yourself receive what is already yours by right. Because after today, nothing will be the same. What once felt so far away is now coming close, strong, and clear. Life has already started lining everything up behind the scenes, almost without you noticing. The words you've needed to hear, the actions you've hoped for so long, the recognition your heart got. Tired of waiting for, all of that is closer than you think. This isn't just a feeling. It's the real sense that something is about to happen. Something that will finally bring peace to a longing that has lived in waiting for far too long. Your soulmate is going through an inner shift that can't be put off anymore. There's a gentle urgency rising inside them, a need to set things right. It's a pull that comes straight from the soul, pushing this person to act. And this time, it's not about promises or empty words. It's about a clear, intentional action, tied closely to what this person feels for you. Everything that once felt stuck inside is beginning to move with courage. For a long time, this person fought what they were feeling, trying to stay in control, pretending not to care, keeping their distance out of fear of getting hurt or hurting you. But there comes a point in life when hiding your feelings hurts more than facing the truth. That's exactly what's happening now. Your soulmate is starting to see that denying this connection is like walking against their own path, and there's no strength left to keep heading that way. What you'll notice in the coming days is that some actions don't just appear out of nowhere. They come from real growth. That's what makes what's coming so special. It's not impulsive. It's a decision. It's not shallow. It's a choice filled with truth. You'll see it in their eyes, in the way they come closer to you with more certainty, more presence, and less fear. You've often felt like nothing was moving forward, like nothing was really happening, and that's understandable because the lack of clear signs hurts when you love someone. But everything being worked through quietly has now turned into readiness. Readiness to speak, to show up, to take action, to finally make you a priority. That inner shift will show itself in ways that touch your heart deeply. This new chapter won't be built on doubt or guesswork. It will rest on the certainty that there's something real between you two, and that the time has come to live it fully with courage. You'll feel it because your spirit will respond differently this time. It won't be anxious. It will be peaceful, the kind of peace that settles in when something finally fits where it belongs. Even if there are still small moments of uncertainty, something much bigger is drawing near, the wish to live a love that no longer needs to be hidden. And this change won't just shift the connection between you two. It will change how you feel about yourself, because being valued and included in a plan that has been held in someone's heart for so long has the power to heal old wounds. It brings back the light in your eyes, your confidence, and the hope that may have gotten lost along the way. This new phase comes with a turning point. It's as if time itself is starting to work in your favor. What once felt lost gains new meaning, and you'll realize what you thought was delay was actually preparation that was needed so this love wouldn't just be intense, but truly possible in every sense, with mutual effort, real connection, and shared dreams. Dear one, when you least expect it, life will place in front of you something that deeply stirs your heart. And it won't be just any small gesture. It will be proof that even without saying much, your soulmate has been getting ready for this moment. It will feel like everything is finally falling into place at the right time, and that feeling will fill you completely. There are truths that, even when deeply felt, don't always find the right space to come out right away. Some feelings are so strong they can feel overwhelming, and that's why so many real emotions end up hidden, kept quiet out of fear of being misunderstood or simply not knowing how to say them. But what's real can't stay buried forever. Sooner or later, it starts to overflow. Your soulmate has been holding on to many things for a long time. Thoughts, hopes, wishes, even whole plans that involve you. It all built up like something under construction, waiting for the right moment to surface. It was never a lack of feeling, just a struggle over how to turn everything being nurtured inside into real action. And now, after all that time holding back, what was hidden is finally starting to come out. What you couldn't see was already there. What you couldn't hear was already being thought through, and what seemed far away was actually being carefully prepared by someone who, deep down, never stopped thinking about you. Now, with more clarity and more maturity, your soulmate is ready to show you that everything felt between you two was never wasted. Quite the opposite. There was purpose behind every silence, every moment apart, every attempt to hide something that was always true. You'll notice this in the details, in the words that never came before but are beginning to take shape now, in actions that used to feel confusing but now make perfect sense. This person is finally putting a name to what they've been feeling. They're beginning to admit, little by little, that you are an essential presence in their life. And that changes everything, not only because the truth is rising to the surface, but because it opens a path to a connection where nothing needs to be hidden anymore. You'll start noticing the way this person reaches out, the way old topics come back, but with a completely different tone. No more distance, no more vagueness, just real intention. It's like this person has finally understood they can't keep holding it in anymore, because holding it in has become heavier than facing what's real. This isn't just about a conversation. It's a deeper kind of sharing that's been slowly building and now needs to come through, because this person realizes that hiding what they feel is the same as putting off their own happiness, and you are a central part of that happiness. Maybe right now all of this still feels far away to you. I understand. When we get used to not having clear answers, we learn to expect less. But what's coming your way is different. It's not a fantasy built by longing. It's a real response to everything you've always felt but never quite knew how to explain. It's the confirmation that the feeling that never died in you is still very much alive in your soulmate. You'll begin to notice a change in how this person communicates. Something has been unlocked inside them. The ease with which certain truths start being spoken will show you that something important happened. Dear one, this is more than a surprise. It's a release for you who waited so long for clear answers, and for this person who held back for so long something that needed to be lived. There comes a moment when what's been delayed for too long finally needs to happen, and that moment is approaching for you. Everything held back because of fear, uncertainty, or confusion is about to turn into action. An action that doesn't just surprise, it changes everything. The most anticipated moment between you and your soulmate is approaching with real feeling. And when it happens, you'll realize you waited just the right amount of time for things to come together the right way. Dear beloved soul, before we move forward, I'd like to share a gentle invitation with you. Every soulmate journey is precious in God's eyes. Sometimes, this sacred connection benefits from an extra layer of faith, love, and spiritual covering as it unfolds in divine timing. If you would like to make a meaningful gesture for your soulmate, you can sow your seed through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. The Ko-Fi link is waiting for you in the video description and the pinned comment. May your gift become a beautiful intention before heaven, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, remove unseen obstacles, and surround both hearts with divine light, peace, and guidance as your paths draw closer together. Scripture teaches that generosity reflects a trusting heart. Malachi 3 verse 10 reminds us of God's abundant faithfulness, while 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6 teaches that whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Every gift offered with sincere faith becomes a meaningful expression of trust in God's promises and His perfect timing. If your heart feels moved to sow this seed, thank you sincerely for supporting this ministry and these daily angel messages. May the Lord bless you abundantly, watch over your soulmate, and lead both of you into the beautiful future He has prepared. Now, let's continue with today's angel message. This person is getting ready for something important. A decision is quietly forming with a level of care you may not see yet, but it's already in motion, and that decision involves you completely. It's not just about getting closer or saying a few scattered words. It's about a sincere commitment from someone who finally understands they can't keep living apart from what truly matters. And that someone is you. You're about to receive something that will heal parts of you that grew tired of waiting. This moment isn't just special. It's necessary because your heart has been longing for clear answers, and the time for guessing is over. What was unresolved is about to be made clear. What felt emotionally stuck will start to move again. And the first thing you'll feel is relief. The relief of seeing uncertainty finally take shape. Your soulmate is about to make a choice that means more than just courage. It marks the end of a season of denial and the start of a new chapter, one where love doesn't need to be hidden, postponed, or disguised anymore. This step will be so honest and direct you may not even know how to respond at first, but your heart will know the time has come. There's something this person has been preparing quietly inside. A conversation, a request, a confession, maybe even an invitation for something bigger. But more than anything, it's a declaration. A shift that places you in a space of true importance where insecurity no longer fits. And you'll feel it clearly. You won't need to guess. The actions will speak. The look will reveal it. The way they carry themselves will confirm it. For a long time, this love existed only in intention. Now it will be lived out. You'll be surprised by actions that leave no room for doubt, only for commitment. And that's the most powerful part of this change. Certainty. And that certainty has been built with real depth. Every thought, every memory, every moment you came to this person's mind helped shape this decision. The most awaited moment won't arrive with noise. It will show itself through clarity, the clarity that love is meant to be lived, that the connection between you is stronger than any barrier. And when that clarity becomes action, everything changes, because it's no longer just a possibility, it becomes a reality standing right in front of you. You'll feel the shift in your whole being. Your intuition will react. Your heart will beat faster, and your spirit will know what was once only felt is now being lived. This isn't just another chapter. It's the most important one so far, because from this moment on, everything takes on a new dimension. You won't live off expectations or subtle hints anymore. You'll live through real presence, meaningful words, and feelings that come with direction. Dear one, have no doubt, what's coming your way is not ordinary. It's the result of a choice made with truth. Prepare your heart, because this moment will mark your story. There is something that has been kept with great care, hidden from the world but deeply alive in the heart of someone you felt connected to for a long time. A real wish, a plan tied directly to you. This person has held onto something precious meant only for you, and it's not a physical thing. It's a decision built with intention, love, and meaning. This person hasn't forgotten you. In fact, they've held tightly to the memories of everything you shared, the words, the moments, the feelings that left a mark. Every detail has been kept like a treasure, and even when they seemed distant, they were quietly nurturing a feeling that was never given up on, only protected, waiting for the right time to be lived. This plan is about starting fresh, but not returning to the past. It's about building something new with stronger foundations and more maturity, a new way of showing up and saying, "I'm here, and I truly want you in my life." You are not being included by chance. You are at the center of everything your soulmate is planning. You'll feel this offering in a way that's natural yet deeply moving. It might come as an unexpected invitation, a clear step forward, or even a single action that shifts the whole course of things. You are always part of this imagined future. And even when it felt like this person had given up, the truth is they were gathering the strength to turn feeling into action. Now the moment has arrived. What once lived only in their thoughts is beginning to take shape in real life, and you'll be the first to feel it becoming real. Every true feeling, sooner or later, calls for courage. And that's exactly the moment your soulmate is living right now. After so long being held back by fear, worry, and self-protection, this person has reached a point where holding everything in has become more painful than admitting what they truly feel. And it's in this moment that fear starts to lose ground, and love begins to take its place. You may not have noticed it yet, but something has shifted inside this person. A kind of quiet awakening, where everything that was once held back is now taking on a new shape. The love for you was never forgotten. It was just covered by a layer of protection, built over time through hard experiences. That layer is starting to dissolve, and what's underneath is beginning to show itself clearly and fully. This person held those feelings back for far too long, tried to explain them away, tried to create distance, tried to tell themselves it was only temporary. But the truth is, the love for you never left. Even in the silence, even without visible actions, it was always there, quietly growing stronger, becoming more grounded, until it could no longer be ignored. And when love reaches that point, there's only one real choice left: to follow the heart. Fear may have delayed important decisions, but that wasn't a sign of a lack of love. It was a sign of inner conflict, fear of being misunderstood, fear of hurting you, fear of reopening old wounds. But now, love is becoming bigger than any reason to keep standing still. And you'll start seeing this in every small action that shows up more clearly and steadily. What this person is about to do takes courage, but it isn't sudden. It's a conscious step, slowly forming for a while, and only now finding the strength to come to life. And that step has you as its destination, not just as someone special, but as a vital part of a new chapter being built with real maturity. You'll notice the change in how they speak to you, how they approach you, how they look at you, the words they choose. It will all carry more truth and less defense. Dear one, you're not in your soulmate's life by chance. There is a deeper reason behind this connection that feels so strong, so lasting, so alive. Even on days when everything felt uncertain, the love between you carries a greater purpose, and that purpose is beginning to reveal itself more clearly now. There's something in you that woke up the best in this person, a strength you may not even know you carry, but one that let your soulmate see possibilities that once felt out of reach. You touched places in them that no one else ever did, and that presence still echoes even on days with no direct contact. That's what makes this connection so special. It doesn't depend on outside circumstances to exist. it stays alive within. Your soulmate is realizing that living without you feels like living only half a life, and it's not about needing you or depending on you. It's about truth, about understanding there's a path that can only be walked with you by their side. For a long time, you may have felt underestimated, like you didn't receive what you truly deserved, like you were carrying this connection alone, like you waited for actions that never came. But all of that is starting to shift now, because this person is about to put you exactly where you've always belonged, at the center. And it won't just be words. It will be shown through clear, undeniable actions that prove you were never forgotten, only being kept for the right moment. The love you give has a rare kind of worth, and your soulmate knows it. This person feels that with you, they can grow, change, and build something that goes deeper than a surface-level connection. And that's exactly why, after all this time avoiding closeness, the moment is finally arriving to own what they feel, fully and without holding back. You're being invited into a space where you can be completely yourself. No need to shrink. No need to hide who you are. The love coming toward you is built on real recognition, and that's what will make everything feel worth it. Because for the first time, you'll feel truly seen, not as someone passing through, but as someone essential. Get ready to step into a season where you won't have to ask for attention or settle for a love that's only halfway there. What's coming is whole. It's intentional. It's built step by step with you as the foundation. This person wants to show you that the love between you is never meaningless. They want to build, side by side, something that will stand the test of time and trials. And you, with everything you carry in your heart, will be key to making that possible. Dear one, what's about to begin in your love life isn't just a new phase. It's an entirely new chapter, built with more clarity, more commitment, and more truth than anything you've experienced before. And what makes this moment so special isn't only the step your soulmate is taking, it's the awareness behind it. Because this time, what's coming to you has structure, has meaning, and carries real intention. For a long time, things between you two felt stuck somewhere between what could be and what was never fully lived. Many feelings were cut short before they could deepen. Many promises stayed halfway. But now all of that is starting to shift, and it's not random. It's the result of real growth, both in you and in this person, who now wants to offer you something more solid, more present. This new cycle isn't here to repeat old mistakes. It's here to build a different kind of story, one where conversations are more open, feelings are met with courage, and plans begin to include each other in real, intentional ways. You'll notice this in the details, in the way their gaze lingers now, in messages that come filled with truth, in time that starts being shared more consistently. Your soulmate has come to understand that loving is more than just feeling, it's choosing, and that choice is being made with strength. You'll start feeling included, considered, and truly valued, not out of obligation, but because that's the natural choice of someone who finally sees your worth. This person is leaving behind everything that once created distance, everything that caused confusion, and they're willing to rebuild from the start a more genuine bond. And you, dear one, will realize this change isn't just being talked about. It's being lived with presence and real intention. This new cycle is a gift. It's the answer you've been waiting for. It's the confirmation that the love you felt wasn't just in you. It was being felt, worked through, and matured on the other side too. And now it's being brought to you clearly, to be lived without fear, cared for gently, and built with maturity. You deserve to live this new season with a peaceful heart, because everything you gave, your love, your patience, your devotion, is now coming back to you. Some longings are born deep in the soul. They don't come from neediness or passing hopes. They're shaped over time through the depth of what's been lived, through the truth of what's been felt. And you know exactly what that feels like, because you've carried a love inside you that wasn't created by chance, a love that changed you, helped you grow, and even when it hurt, never stopped beating. Now, life is beginning to return everything you held onto with faith. Dear soul, before we continue, I want to invite you into a simple act of faith. If this message speaks to your heart and you believe God is preparing wonderful news for your soulmate journey, consider sowing a seed through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the link in the video description and the pinned comment. The Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 9:7, each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. If your heart feels led, let your gift be a quiet expression of gratitude, not because you've already seen every answer, but because you trust that God is already working behind the scenes. It's a beautiful way to say, Lord, thank you for the love you're preparing and for the wonderful news that's unfolding in your perfect timing. You can also make this a heartfelt prayer for your soulmate, asking God to surround them with peace, wisdom, protection, and hope until the moment your paths come together exactly as He intends. If you feel led to support this ministry, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your generosity helps these daily messages continue encouraging hearts around the world. As Proverbs 11:25 reminds us, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. May God bless you abundantly, strengthen your faith, and fill your soulmate journey with peace, joy, and His perfect guidance. Amen. This person who stirs your heart so deeply has finally understood what they feel. After so many starts and stops, so many inner battles, the time has come where decision wins over doubt, and that decision includes you, your presence, your story, your dreams, and everything you gave with an open heart. This person is no longer looking at the past with fear, but toward the future with intention, and they want you there. Even on the days when you nearly lost hope, get ready to be surprised by conversations that pull you in, by actions that clearly show you're being considered now. You'll feel, for the first time, that this love is being lived with balance. No more waiting for scraps of attention. No more hiding behind excuses. There will be room to be yourself, to be truly seen, to feel genuinely loved. Dear soul, before we continue, I want to invite you into a simple act of faith. If this message speaks to your heart and you believe God is preparing wonderful news for your soulmate journey, consider sowing a seed through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the link in the video description and the pinned comment. The Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 9:7, each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. If your heart feels led, let your gift be a quiet expression of gratitude, not because you've already seen every answer, but because you trust that God is already working behind the scenes. It's a beautiful way to say, Lord, thank you for the love you're preparing and for the wonderful news that's unfolding in your perfect timing. You can also make this a heartfelt prayer for your soulmate, asking God to surround them with peace, wisdom, protection, and hope until the moment your paths come together exactly as He intends. Your gift is also helping this ministry continue sharing daily messages of hope, encouragement, and faith with thousands of hearts searching for God's guidance. As Acts 20:35 reminds us, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And Proverbs 11:25 says, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. May God bless you abundantly, strengthen your faith, and fill your soulmate journey with peace, joy, and his perfect guidance. May he watch over both you and your soulmate until the wonderful news he has prepared becomes a beautiful reality in his perfect time. Amen. Let's continue with divine message. Everything you silently wished for, everything you prayed for, imagined, whispered to the sky, is now beginning to take form, and more than that, it's starting to be lived. And this will change how you see love, because you'll finally understand that what is truly meant for you doesn't get lost. It waits, it grows, and it comes back stronger. Your soulmate is approaching with intention, and even if they come carefully, they'll come with certainty, because this person wants you to know that you were valued with real purpose. The love they're offering now comes with maturity and a genuine wish to stay. There will be no room for doubt. Everything will be said with clarity. Everything will come from the heart, and that will move you deeply. You deserve to live this love with peace, without fear of being left behind, without needing to control every feeling. And this new chapter will give you that, because now it's not just you carrying everything on your own. It's your soulmate beside you, building with you, step by step. This is the moment to make room inside yourself to receive what you've waited so long for. Let go of the fear. Make space for trust. Stop thinking your dream was too big. It wasn't. You've been getting ready to live exactly what you wished for, with a pure heart, and now that wish is becoming real. There are moments in life when something completely unexpected happens and changes the whole direction we were heading, not by chance, but because something inside you and inside this person was asking for a turning point, a fresh chance to do things differently with truth, maturity, and presence. That turning point is approaching. A surprise is being prepared, and it won't be small. This surprise wasn't created by chance, nor is it the result of wishful thinking. It's being built by someone who spent far too long trying to control what they felt, trying to push their own heart away from what deep down they always wanted, you. And now, after so much resistance, this person has made an important decision to leave the waiting behind and move toward you with action, with clear words, and with steady intention. You'll begin to sense that something is different, and it won't just be a feeling. It will be the alignment between what you've carried in your heart for so long and what is finally becoming real. This surprise will stir something in you. It will remind you of all the times you chose to believe, even when everything felt uncertain, because now what was once doubt is turning into action. This person has been holding onto the wish to give you more than just words. They've been holding onto real plans, hopes, and intentions that involve you directly. And now it's time to put it all into motion. The fear that once held them back is being overcome by a love that can no longer be ignored. This surprise won't come with loud announcements or from far away. It will arrive close, honest, and full of meaning. Maybe it will come as a meaningful look, a message with the words you've waited so long to hear, or even an unexpected invitation. But what matters most is that it will come full of truth. Get ready to see this person begin to move in your direction with more clarity. It may start with something small, but it will carry deep meaning. And as you open yourself to it, you'll feel there's something much bigger behind it, because what's coming your way isn't coming from impulse. It's a decision that was thought through, deeply felt, and is now ready to happen. Dear one, this surprise will make your heart beat faster, but at the same time, it will bring a peace you may never have fully felt before. Because when something true finally takes shape, the body feels it, the spirit recognizes it, and the emotion overflows. You'll understand why the wait was needed. You'll realize every delay had a purpose, that everything was being woven together more carefully than you imagined. What was once resistance is now a wish to make it work. What was once silence is now a voice. What was once absence is now presence. You'll see this unfold so naturally, it will feel like it was always meant to happen. You won't need to imagine what could have been anymore. You'll be able, with your feet grounded in the now, to live what can still be. And that will change everything. Life has its own way of turning the page, and there are moments when we feel with every part of our being that something has changed, not as a passing thought, but as a deep certainty that shifts the rhythm of everything around us. Today is one of those days. What's about to happen between you and your soulmate will mark one of the most meaningful turning points in your emotional journey. After today, nothing will be the same, and that is a blessing. You've spent a long time between waiting, doubts, and unspoken feelings. You know what it's like to love without knowing if it will be returned, to hope for an action and not know when or if it would ever come. But now, the answer you've been waiting for is taking shape. It's coming from a place of truth, born from the heart of someone who spent far too long trying to run from a love that never left, and who now chooses to stop resisting and finally live it. This change isn't surface level. It's coming from within, the kind of shift that changes not just words but the way someone looks at you, comes closer to you, and cares for you. With time, you'll feel that the season where you felt overlooked or undervalued is behind you now. What begins now is a new season, one of recognition, steadiness, commitment, and maturity. The kind of love that doesn't hesitate, that allows itself to exist without masks. And unlike before, this time comes with real, present actions, not just future promises. You'll be looked at differently. You'll feel included, respected, and above all, cherished. This will heal old wounds and open the door to new experiences that will help you grow and shine. What once felt like a fragile connection now becomes stronger. Emotional distance is replaced with closeness, and words once avoided now come out with courage. This may feel so real you'll wonder why you ever doubted it could happen. And that's only natural. Those who love deeply often feel fear more intensely. You carried so much silent hoping, and yet you never stopped believing. That strength you held through so much uncertainty is now becoming your reward. You won't have to carry it alone anymore. From here, you walk together, heading in the same direction with the same intention. Dear one, after today you won't be the same. You'll feel a lightness in your chest, as if you're finally receiving what your heart always knew it deserved. True love always finds its way, and this love has found its way to you. It's stronger now, more grounded, more willing, and it's coming toward you with truth, with presence, with everything that was once delayed, now ready to become real. Life sometimes takes its time to deliver what we've asked for, but when it arrives, it's because we're ready to receive it. You made it here with dignity, with faith, with genuine love, and now all of that becomes your answer. What once was a dream is taking form. What was confusion is now finding order. And what was loneliness is finally becoming shared. Get ready for the days ahead. They won't feel like the ones before. They'll bring something new, messages that warm you, moments that move you. Your energy will shift. Your intuition will confirm it, and you'll realize you're living one of the most beautiful chapters of your life. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Dear one, now that everything has been said, can you feel what's about to happen? Not with worry, but with that deep, quiet sense that everything is finally starting to make sense. Every part of this message has brought you closer to a truth your heart already knew but needed to hear clearly. The love you've always wished for is coming to you with action, with maturity, and with true intention. What once seemed impossible now shows up as your path. Your soulmate has made important decisions, decisions that place you right at the center of a plan that goes far beyond words. You will be surprised by how this person chooses to show up for you. You'll feel that you're no longer waiting in the background, no longer settling for crumbs. Now you're stepping into the place that has always been yours, to be truly loved. Everything you've been through had a purpose. Every moment of waiting, every quiet tear, every bit of hope you held on to. Even when everything seemed lost, none of your feelings were wasted. Nothing you gave went unnoticed by the universe, and now everything is returning to you as an answer, not just any answer, but one that touches every part of you that's been quietly waiting. Your soulmate has understood something important, that running from what's real only delays happiness, and this person no longer wants to delay anything. There's a real wish now to rebuild, to make things right, to show through actions just how important you are. You'll be seen with new eyes, and more than that, you'll be treated with the care and respect you've always deserved. In the days ahead, you'll see clear signs of this shift, whether through messages, conversations, meetings, or direct actions. You'll notice something has changed, and that change is happening to bring you in, to include you, to remind you that you are not alone in this story. There's someone on the other side who is ready to bring you into the life they've been quietly planning all along. And even if fear tries to creep into your thoughts, now you can choose trust, because what's coming isn't a fantasy. It's the real form of what your intuition has been whispering for a long time. Dear one, trust this new season. Trust what you're about to live, not out of blind hope, but because you've been preparing for this. You've grown, you've matured, you've strengthened your faith, you've learned to wait with dignity, and now life delivers what you truly deserve. Your soulmate brings you what should have been offered long ago, the truth of how they feel. You're going to see this person coming toward you with respect, with care, and with a genuine wish to stay. You'll feel it in their eyes, in their voice, in the way everything begins to align. And in that moment, you'll remember every word you've heard here. You'll understand why patience was needed. You'll realize you were being guided along a path that, even with all its twists, always led here. And here is where everything begins to shift, where love is lived with maturity, where your heart is handled with care, where you are received just as you are, and where finally you stop waiting and start living. Breathe deeply. Let yourself feel this truth taking shape. Stay open in the days ahead. They'll bring confirmations, signs, conversations, and moments that will seal this new chapter. Life is already moving, and what's coming is bigger than you can imagine. Don't be afraid to be happy. After everything you've endured, after everything you've faced, this is the time of change. This is the time you've earned. Always remember, you are being watched over, guided, and cared for every single day. You are never alone. There is strength and endless love surrounding you, helping you stay steady, confident, and full of light. May peace, courage, and clarity be with you as you face whatever comes next. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.